once again, tying up dreams with a joint in the wind. Chaps lighten up, what's that fly called? A shrug and smile, hell, I just make them all. Feathers and fire in a slow sipping song, drifting like smoke, just floating along. High on the thread and the rise of the stream, chasing the trout in the laid-back dream. Hackles spinning, I'm lost in the flow. Whiskey gets warm, but the tie's starting to glow. Tip from an old pro stuck in my head: fish don't care if you're sober or red. Viewers asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and folds, then it's a hit. Feathers and fire in a slow sipping song, drifting like smoke, just floating along. High on the thread and the rise of the stream, chasing the trout in the laid-back dream. Viewers asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and fools, then it's a hit. Feathers and fire in a slow sipping song, drifting like smoke, just floating along. Stonefly or spinner don't matter to me, as long as I'm buzzed and the line's running free. Yeah, I'm tying flies, live on this late night too, with a drink in my hand and some good green lube. Feathers and fire, that's how I roll. A stone little stream in a digital soul. Spinning, I'm lost in the flow. Whiskey gets warm, but the tie's starting to glow. Tip from an old pro stuck in my head: fish don't care if you're sober or red. Fish don't care if you're sober or red. Viewers asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and fools, then it's a hit. Feathers and fire in a slow sipping song, drifting like smoke, just floating along. High on the thread and the rise of the stream, chasing the trout in the laid-back dream. You was asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and fools, then it's a hit.
Alright, alright, alright. Hey! Uh-oh. Hold on. Uh-oh.
Hang on, guys. Strange view. Camera's not on. I'm not sure why. Just bear with us for a minute, guys. Alright, hang on here. What the heck? Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys.
exciting show. I got a couple nice videos coming. One I'm really excited to show you guys called Midsummer Gold. We got some rocking videos for you guys.
Watch, you scared poor Daisy.
I hope you like the intro to this video. And we are going to get this shit started. Oh yeah. Oh, Zion.
Hey, Eric, what's up?
What's up, y'all? We got
Hey,
some
Joe. Hey,
tea
Skip.
going on here. What's up, all y'all? Skip, Joe. Who else we got?
Eric.
Eric, what's up, brother? Hey, we all up. So, welcome to another flashback. Looking back at the last 10 years. We've been doing this shit for 10 years. Can you believe that? If you're under the age of 18, we all go out and get the hell out right now and don't come back. We don't want to see you on these live streams. You come back and watch my videos, not live streams. And we are all, what the hell do we call ourselves?
I think Joe says we're okay
Medical
now
patients.
with audio. I'm loading up a dab of Sunday shirt.
This is for all those people, cannabis users over the age of 18 and adult use only. And all flower that we smoke here is all legal. We call it, what do we call it again? What do you call it? Trippy terp terp.
Yeah.
Could be Delta 9, Delta 8 tail, all that, doesn't matter. Okay.
And Joe said Daisy needs a cold one.
Yeah, she does. They've been this heat, man. We've had, oh my gosh, guys. Hot, rain, hot, rain. The only good thing about that is if it's going to bring the heat. I'm glad it's bringing the rain because you know, guys, that protects our fish. All right, you get a lot of holdovers. If the heat can be hot as hell, but if all that cold water, like the spring creeks are flowing like crazy into the big water, and waters are going to stay cold and they can pile up in there and it's deep and good to go. All right. There's coming flying like crazy.
Joe said hot and dry in Cali.
Hot and dry?
Yeah.
It's not here. It's hot. It's like the rainforest.
Did you see the San Fran fly fishing video? No, I don't think we did, Joe.
I don't think we did. Maybe. Is it his?
The SF fly fishing video.
I don't know.
And Daisy looks fully fluffed. I don't know.
Maybe I didn't. Joe, yeah. Sometimes, like if it's on Facebook, I get really weary about watching people's videos. Because, like, I get, like, really weird crap, guys. Like, really weird crap. Like, the amount of invitations I get from,
Joe
like...
said he sent it to you on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have been a little weary. So I'll have to make sure. I'll go back and look at it, alright? Is it on from you? I can figure it out. Alright, I'll go check it out. I might have been a little weary because people send me stuff and it's been links to bad stuff. I got, not too long ago, attacked. Somebody's tried to use my card in Vegas while I'm sitting here at 2 in the morning here. We get woken up by the phone going off and off. Lucky my bank caught it, like, quick enough, but it woke us up. It was notification after notification, like, ding, 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 notifications going off.
Joe said it's a nice 3-part video.
Alright, I'll check it out, Joe. Now that I know it's from you, I'll check it out. As long as you're not trying to freaking... Anyway, but dude, I get a lot of these bad links and stuff. People trying to send me videos. The amount of people that want me to buy their flies. But when I say, I'm not buying anything unless I see how good quality are, send me some free.
Joe says what videos you got today.
Huh?
He asked what videos you got today.
Midsummer Gold and, oh man, a whole bunch of different, I got 4 different ones. I can't remember, shit. Kettle? I think I got Kettle.
You got 7 people here.
Nice. Nice. I did get that dang Yahoo number and I forgot what it was. Do you remember? Crap, guys. Crap. I'm going to have to look in my Yahoo if I can remember what it was. I did do it. It was... Shit. Man, guys. I'm going to have to go look that up. I'm going to have to remake it. It's like EFF. I forget. Do you remember what it was? EFF News Win or something. I forget.
I don't know right now.
We'll try and look it up. God dang it.
Eric says there's a live stream we can go check out if we want to see his plants. There's a video of his plants on there we can check out.
Right on.
We'll have to check it out later.
Oh yeah. Everybody go check out. Anybody seeing our doing the chat? Make sure you check out their YouTube channels, man. Make sure they don't have a big YouTube channel, man. I've been learning a lot from these grows. Even if you're not a grower of pot, I grow peppers. I've been growing all of my. You guys, let me tell you something that we've noticed. We got peppers from the Amish this year. We got peppers. We got tomatoes.
And cherry tomatoes out the butt.
Yeah, cherry tomatoes. Okay. Now the cherry tomatoes we got in a basket. They were already blooming. They already had tomatoes on it. So they'll be producing. They're still flowering. So they'll be producing all summer long.
Oh yeah.
Now and we have wall tomatoes. But here, I grew. I don't know what kind of flower. What kind of flower do you have out front?
Marigolds.
Marigolds. So I grew marigolds. And I gave one to her mom. I grew them for Mother's Day.
Right on it.
Gave her mom one. And her marigolds are beautiful, big. It looks great. And the ones we bought from the Amish and the greenhouses didn't look all that great. Now I grew all the ones from seed inside that I gave to her mom. Same way as I put seeds and I grew them in my greenhouse. I put them out last year, right to like this big, and I put them out. And didn't do that great. This year, I put them flowers. I put, 3 of them inside. Wait till they got to be about that big, and I put them outside. These things are like huge, dude. There's flowers everywhere. I wish I had one to show you, but they almost smell like a rose. Almost smell like a rose, but they taste like a horseradish. I'll have to show you, and we'll get them here. But cheers to all y'all. Tell us what you're smoking if you are. What are we dabbing on? What are we dabbing on?
We are dabbing on. Sunday sherbet. I did already tell him that. I forgot. Sorry.
Tracy has just got out of her London stay at the hospital. This was a short one though, but it was kind of a long one at the same time because they never took her to her room.
Very long ER visit.
So I stayed with her the whole time. Usually I'd go home. I'd be like, okay, doc, what's going to happen here? And they're like, well, we're going to take her up. Or we're going to let her go in an hour. They didn't know. But they said, well, we got at least 3 hours of this and an hour of this. And I'm like, holy crap. So the time I was supposed to go to work this morning at 6 in the morning. I was coming from the hospital at 5:30. There was no way. I didn't get no sleep, late enough.
Craziness.
I sat like this on the hospital bed, so, you know, and holding her hand because she don't like, I mean, you can't blame her. She's got crap coming out all over. So I like keep her support, you know, and give her support.
Oh, bummer, Skip.
What's up?
Nearly out of weed and gas money and flour left.
Oof. Yeah, we know them times.
And a million roaches he needs to get rid of. Yeah, we know all about that.
So what we got lucky is we've always had friends. So yeah, you know they rely on you, and then you rely on them, and rely on us, and rely on them. So we'll go to someone, hey man, we're a little low this week. Can you hook me up? They give you $100 or something, and then you give it back to them the following week or whatever. And then they come to you, hey man, dude, like yeah, hell yeah, we'll hook them up. Back years ago, when I used to be an outlaw dealer when I was younger, I used to love when people come to me, hey man, I got some food stamps to hook your brother up. And I'm like, hell yeah. So they give me like $50 of food stamps, $25 with the weed, which I only paid $20 for in reality, and I made out like a bandit. People are like, dude, why you do that? I'm like, you know how good I make out when I take them food stamps, man? I eat for like a week on like one deal.
Your dad's back there.
But now you can't do that. Yeah, back then they would have like a piece of paper, it was like an actual, like a stamp thing or whatever, you know, like a piece of, like a check. And as long as the person that got it signed it, anybody could cash in it, if it was signed. And they knew, I guess they figured it out. They were giving it to people like me. You know, when I was an owl, I was a long time. I don't know how you being outlaw nowadays to make any money. The actual legal weed is so cheap. I mean, you can get like 8s here for 15 bucks. That's cheap. Last time we bought an 8, what was it, like 30, 40?
Yeah.
45? That was like mids.
Yeah.
Anything we get now is like way above that. 15. Kind of blows my mind.
Right?
Alright. So this is gonna, you guys, in the comment, tell us what you think time we should have this. So let's get on to the first video. You guys are dropping off like flies.
Eric says he's always broke, but he always has a bunch of weed.
So, this one is called Midsummer Gold. We call this one Midsummer Gold. Alright. Give you a little backdrop on this video. Make sure my voice ain't talking to you. Alright guys, this here, man, that seems awful loud. I know you guys don't hear it like us. I feel like I'm screaming. Anyway, you guys.
Who's that guy?
This. Did my camera freeze again? You guys, the camera freeze again?
That's the old picture.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it does. That's a froze up picture.
That's our camera. There's our camera too. It's all frozen. Alright, hold on, you guys. You know what happened? We changed the camera, guys. And I forgot. Hold on. There we are. See us? There we are, guys. Alright. I'll just add us at the end of each, when we start each one of these, so you got to bear with. Alright, so this is kind of like a little, like, fishing, like, class, I guess you could call it. So, you know, some of these that are coming up, a lot of them, there's a bunch of coming up that I put out that, you know what, they didn't get no traction, which I was like, whatever, you know. But a lot more people shouldn't watch. Like, I put one out, it's called, You Should Watch This Video, and this is back when we were trying to start businesses. I've had like t-shirt business I tried starting on this channel. Didn't work. Video recording. This was going to be where we come out and video record other guides. I actually had guides that were willing to hook us up. But it just never really... So this is called Midsummer Gold. Now this here is like in our backyard. So they used to stock it. But now by this time of the year... This is like midsummer. This is like this time of year. The water out back, well, it's been high water, but it's kind of low at this time of year. But, and you could go down in here, like usually around this time of year, and you could just, it's clear water, all white deer. And then you could just like walk up on banks or do whatever you have, put your Polaroids on early in the morning when the water's cold, right? And just walk along and look at these waters and see the fish laying in there. And be like, okay, there they are. And I'm going to sneak up on this one. I'm going to fish for it. Well, this day I was doing that. And what happened was I seen what I thought was a flash of a gold color. And I was like, you know what? I think what's happened here. I think I get a shot of the, me and my friend. I made friend with, I think it shows it. Well, let's wait. We'll see. So what happens is, guys, now there's trout like loaded up there right now. Now they stopped fishing it. So what happened is they'd come in here and they would catch the wild too. The bait fisher would come in, he's clean it out the whole of a year. But what happens is then, after all the bait fishermen are gone after the first or second week, right? Wow, I really had a hell of a time doing that one, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I bet I wasn't ready. And just caught me off guard and I hooked up. So, like right now it's loaded, but now they didn't put no fish in it anymore. The guy that owns the land won't let him put fish in. So, well, maybe not. That might have been. Yeah, it's a little chub. A little chub or something. There was a monster in here. That could have been the start of my buddy. I don't know. But he was in there for a long time. He's probably not around anymore. It's been a lot of years. But I asked Trace, he used to be a monster chub in there. And I'd hook him every time I went to the hole. I'd throw the hole, hook the chub, get him out. He'd come down to the lower bottom of the hole. And then I'd fish the rest of the hole for trout.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, okay, and I'm going to explain this. Now, you guys remember this. Okay, when you navigate water later in the year, especially when you have water like this, it stays pretty much cold all year long. You know, especially when it's been high like this. This water probably ain't gonna get too hot this year for the fish. Anyhow, I don't know. I didn't been up checking water temperature. It's been hot like hell. So the rain comes right later in the year, and what it does, man, I was really not with it on this day, was I? Oh, it's chubs. That's why I'm not giving a crap. The take ain't very big, so I don't give a crap. Anyway, so the water will get high and wash all these trout and other fish down in this hole. I'll just cover up my face so you don't have to have two faces. There you go. How about that? There you go, guys. Now you don't have to have two faces. Anyway, so it would get loaded, and later in the season in the fall, you'd have fish coming up from the river spawning. So what happens is the big brown trout get washed out in the river, they get big and they come up the creek to spawn, and then you have the high water washing all the fish from up the creek down into the hole. This is a deep hole, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Very
when the
deep.
water's high, this is a stopping spot, and then there's one below it. But now, you don't have the bait fishermen coming and cleaning them out because the bait fish, they don't stock it anymore, and then you don't have the bait fishermen. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm moving my head around. I'm moving me around on the camera. So, I don't plan on catching the other fish. This one here, I think, is the one that, I think this is it. So, like, one of the good thing I've noticed, if you guys catch, oh my gosh, I got a video coming up, guys, I didn't put out yet. Me and Tracy ran into a monster the other day. Up, it's a trout. There's a trout. And these fish, this is midsummer, man. Oh, that might be a chub, too. Is that chub? Sucker. Yeah, it's a sucker. I love coming in these holes. There's still trout in here, as you'll see. All right, you can feel fish in it. All right. See, now as I walk up, you're getting into the bottom of the hole. You start getting into colder water. All right, because these springs come out all over in this creek. You don't know where the spring's popping up out of the ground, and there's a cold spot. I was thinking about making a video on an idea I came up with. I just got to see if I can do it or not. How you guys can find the best fish places where you ain't going to hurt no fish and you can fish all summer long. Oh, I'm probably pausing to show you guys something and talk about it. So now you get into this faster water, more oxygen, midsummer, remember. The water's starting to get a little warmer, you know. And this is all stock water. Oh yeah, that I'm showing you there's a log. That log is no longer there, which really upsets me. Because this log is where the big ones come up from the river used to lay. So now I don't know where they lay anymore. And you can barely see it here, but there's a log right there. And they pile up right behind that thing. The trout used to. And you couldn't get them out.
Yeah, but with many high waters and that kind of stuff, it's pushed the log on.
It pushed the log on, and now there's no There's still a shelf there, but they don't have that cover of that log, and they don't lay there anymore. So I don't know if they go up or spawn lower, spawn higher. And they could see that eddy over there on the side. That's always there. They might just be sitting over there spawning. I don't know. I'll find them. Yeah, here it is. That's the golden, ain't it? So what happened is they put these golden trout in. For you people that don't know what I'm talking about, it's a golden rainbow. Some people call them palominos, which is wrong. There's no such thing as a palomino. I can show you a fish chart anytime that shows you all the fish in PA, and it says golden rainbow. Nowhere to say they're a special breed rainbow. They just breed them that way to be gold. There it is. This is midsummer. Usually these people, the bait fishermen, have these goldens out, man. They're not in midsummer. You know what I mean? But there it was, midsummer. It went back. Some probably bait fishermen came and got it out later in the year and was all happy. All right, what dab we doing now, baby doll?
Well, we are gonna do a dab of.
Did I even do mine? Oh, I have a hell. Let me get this cleaned off, and then you can load it up for me, all right? Load yours a while.
All right.
Guys, not doing my whole dab. I got a little build up here. So yeah, that's midsummer gold, you guys. The fish, they just keep moving down as the water goes up. Eventually, some of them go down to the river. And another tip: if you're not a trout fisherman, let's say you're a big game fisherman, but you know these creeks run into your river, right? If you have like a completely natural fish, like here we have stockies, and they'll run. They'll take off and go down creek like a helen. What happens is they run out to the river, and I talk to a lot of big game fishermen. That's what I mean. Big game fishermen. That would be like muskie, northern pike, stuff like that. And let me tell you, in our river, they get monsters. The catfish here get huge. Like, I ran a guy had a whole deep sea rig on our river, and he's laughing. He looks like this. He's leaning back like they do in deep sea fishing. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I got a fish on. But he just stood there, and it wasn't going anywhere. And I'm like, you do not. And he goes, oh yeah, watch this. And he jerked, and he goes, whee! And I'm talking a deep sea rod. Like a real big reel like you would see on, like out in a big boat. And I said, what are you going to do? He goes, I'm going to have to cut off. He said, there's no way I'm reeling this fish in. I said, this is a thing that happens in the river. He goes, yeah, he says, I go channel catfishing. He said, I reel a lot of monsters in. But there's so many in the river that you ain't no way he said, they outweigh you. There's no way you're getting them in. He said, there's no way. They're like, outweigh humans by a lot. He said, you'd have to be a monster to get these in.
Right on.
And, dude, here, check this out. So when you have the green drake. You guys all know about the green drake, most of you, right? So the green drake, after the green drake, you have the white fly, which I'm pretty sure is the spinner of the green drake. I'm not sure. You know, I might be wrong, but I think it is. I'm not sure. But, because it's like hot here, we don't deal with it much. But the white fly, it looks like a green drake, all white body, black wing, black tail.
Yep.
Right, yes. The channel cat will rise in our river for that fly. Like, the channel cat will come up and eat off the surface. These big white flies. I know some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. The black wing, black tail, all white body. That's the white fly, they call it. And these big monster browns will too in our river. Like, these browns will get out there and get enormous, man. You know? All they gotta do is be able to handle a warmer water temperature.
What's this?
I don't know. That looks like a green drake, guy. See, we have
A fishing fly in our house.
we get them all the time because they like I said, the creek's what 100 feet, yards maybe at most.
Yeah.
Away from our door right here. So when we turn on our front door, right, the mayflies will grab around the light, and we'll open the door and the mayflies will come in. We found stoneflies flying around in here. The cats find them.
Oh,
The big
yeah.
stoneflies are like 2 inches. The cats will find them. They'll mow on them. They're huge.
Definitely.
But we get caddis out to eat butt. They get in our house all the time. They really get in the house. Caddises. That looked like a green drake, a little baby green drake or something. I don't know. But anyhow, you guys.
Anyway, you're up for your cleanup.
Cheers. Oh, I gotta do my cleanup. So, you know, you guys make sure you keep an eye on, like, if you guys got water, you can fish all summer long. It's, you know, cold enough. Make sure you be careful with snakes, though. That's the biggest thing we have here, you know. The water might start going down. The water's not too cold to fish. Or, you know, hey, you guys, if you have a spot where you're going to, like, eat everything you catch, let's say, like, we have stock creeks, and they're mostly stockies. I mean, there's some wilds in there. But most likely, when the water temperature goes up, you're not going to catch them. You might catch the stockies. You're probably not going to catch too many of the wild fish. They're going to lay on the bottom and not do anything, go dormant. So you can fish them, you're going to eat them. Now, you're going to eat everything, but if you're a catch and release person, don't fish in warm water. But you can always find mountain streams. You got mountain streams here that could be 100 degrees outside. They ain't getting over 65. It's all spring creeks. Now, some of them you can step across. They're loaded with native brook trout. There's one we've been trying to fish. What is it called? Little Patty Creek or something like that? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Little Patty Creek or something?
Yeah, it's Popatty, yeah.
Little Patty Creek or something, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the name.
Yeah, a bunch of our friends that been fly fishing for a while, that fished that area. It's here, where I'm at. Look. I bought my first house, now I get a second one. I bought my first house on the water. I was closer. Quick, a little further away. It was in my backyard. I bought the house. My dad, I said, I'll buy it. Dad goes, you didn't even go inside. I said, I didn't give a shit. When I bought this house, the lady probably thought, there's no way this guy's gonna buy it. And they had it so low, I could not resist. I mean, anything else we looked at the time was not even near it.
Yeah.
It's cheap. And everything was shot. Think about everything. There was no floors in here that didn't have holes, and that you could fall through. They had like pieces of plywood laying over the holes on top of the carpet. I mean, this place looked like shit. And I replaced all the floors from one end to the other, you know. All the music construction work. But I was like, I said, I can rebuild the whole house, Dad. I don't care what the inside looks like.
Yeah.
I said, but I can't put a trout stream in my backyard. I never had that option. I could walk out my back door and go up to the creek and fish. It's cool as hell. I fucking stock truck almost in my front driveway to stock it. It was crazy. So anyway.
But they don't stock it anymore, I don't think.
No, they don't, because the one landowner wouldn't let them come pull the truck in, you know. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get on to number 2. How are we doing with time? Oh, yeah, we're all right. Hell yeah. Doing. Are you guys ready for the second one? Second video? This one's called. Haha! This is Kettle Creek, guys. Oh, I gotta read it. Hold on, guys. Isn't that cool, you guys? I can move us around. Whoa, we're getting dizzy. Moving around. Oh. All right. Anyway. Cheers, guys. Anybody tell us what you're smoking on yet? Anybody tell us what you guys are all dabbing or smoking on or drinking? Drinking, that works too. If you don't drink, it's not smoking, that's great. I didn't start this channel to be a smoking channel. This is... What about fishing? There's Adventure Recordings again.
Yep.
It never worked. They never tried it. Here's that video. You guys remember this video where Tracy just stood in one spot? I don't know how many fish she really caught. I didn't get them all because I ran out. The video camera ran out of time. This is speed up. See how the video running? I speeded it up. Oh, this is the big guys. I hooked into a monster. Whatever. Did I ever watch that video? Did we watching that replay? We never did we?
I don't think so.
Oh, you guys, I have to go back and find that. Maybe it didn't come up yet. I don't know what year that was. This is,
Skip says he don't drink. It messes with him sometimes.
yeah. You guys, I haven't been, I mean, not real hard, going real hard at it. I've done it a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, and God, man, my Sunday was shot. So you're working Saturday. I didn't today, but I was supposed to, but I didn't today because, you know, I was at the hospital until 6 in the morning. Here, I'm showing you. That's that. What's the name of that store? Country Store and Fly Shop. Is that it?
Yeah.
Country Store and Fly Shop in Waterville, right? Is that what the name of town is? Waterville? Now, this is their hatch board. So you can go into this fly shop and look at their hatch board, and they'll tell you exactly what's hatching, what size, the fly you would use to replicate. A lot of fly shops do this.
That's funny. Right on, Skip. You did tell us that.
What?
He says he's smoking roses if he can remember the strain.
Smoking roses if you can remember. Oh, yeah, I guess he did tell us that, didn't he? Dude, I've been that many times.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah, they have a full menu there.
Dude, yeah, there's a whole menu. Dude, what we do when we're off like that is we do a lot of dabs. We do a lot of dabs, me and Tracy.
Yeah.
More than we smoke flower. We used to do a lot of flower. We just started doing dabs at first, and then we would be like, okay. I kind of like the dab where you do the dab, and then it's over, and you go on for a while and get a lot of shit done, and come back and do another dab, and you're not smoking a joint. It takes a lot longer to smoke a bong or a joint. You just do a dab in a minute and walk away, and you're burnt for a while. So I kind of like that feature of it. But, so we do a lot of dabs. Well, the bong, where the bong bends down into going in the water, that little bend there collects a lot of reclaim. And you can just put your dab tool in there and do a reclaim dab. Okay, what was the last comment?
I still have a pile of homegrown weed.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, you're not out of weed.
He's a snob, but you don't really like it.
Pulling up in a fatty blunt. You're good.
He has an ounce of weed he don't like, LOL.
Yeah, we've definitely been down that.
Yeah.
Me and Tracy got stuff like that already. You know what we do? Go out to get if you're not a tobacco user, definitely get the non-tobacco ones. But we used to go and get the flavored blunt wraps and roll up that homegrown in that and smoke big fatty blunts.
Joe said order him a hoagie and a potato salad from that store.
Yeah, hell yeah. That place got hell of a munchies. We go up there in the mornings. Water's been too high. We haven't been up in this is here.
Yeah.
I remember this was hot as hell. But this is another spring-fed creek that somebody sent us to at the store down there. That's why we had that store. We asked them down at the store, and they said, go to Kettle Creek, man. It's really cool up there this time of year. Oh my God, guys, it was the mosquitoes were so bad. The water was so low. But I found this weird hole that dumped, and this tree had dug out a hole in there. And right by the tree was this deep hole. And other than that, the creek kind of was interesting, to say the least. Real low. We see how it, that whole tree, like where it starts at the beginning and right beside that tree. You guys, I missed so many. They was piled up under that tree.
Really, Skip? Skip said he hasn't smoked a blunt in like 15 years since he lived in Ohio.
Oh yeah, that's the best thing to do with that ounce of weed you don't think's all that impressive. You roll that up in a big fatty blunt. Make sure it's tobacco free. Flavored blunt wraps. Right? Hell yeah, man. We used to roll them up the size of cigarettes. Get like 2 out of the wrap. And want the little bitty, little miniature blunts. His brother taught me this, that. Mikey taught me that at work. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That's some bitch told me fired that shit up at work one time. Like, get the hell out. You don't smoke at work. At least you see this fish, guys. This freaking hell of a wild brown was laying up under that tree. I missed, it was either this one or I missed a whole bunch. Because I kept getting hooking up and couldn't set the hook right.
Yep, we only do tobacco free here, Skip.
That was gorgeous brown. I don't know. I didn't want to keep out of the water at all because it was wild, but it was gorgeous. Now here's another spot at the same creek. Wait, is this where you rolled under the water? Under the branch? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Tracy had one rising, right? Up the creek. I don't know if you can see her. See where she's at? See that tree over there across from her?
Skip says he has those.
Oh, you already snapped off, didn't you? Tracy, see that limb? That limb comes way out, like 4 foot. There was a fish rising under that tree, and she cast it out. Wool casted it out right under that tree. Like her last roll was right before the tree. Rolled out, laid out right under the tree. The fish took her fly and boom, jetted. It was so fast. That monster. Tracy could find these monsters, but with the little bit of experience she's had, a lot of times they'll get away because she just doesn't have the years that we guys got, you know. She only has a couple years of experience now. Well, now what, 9? So she's getting. She wouldn't make the same mistakes now, though. Guarantee it. All right. Hey, there's the Days. Say hi.
There, Days.
Hi, we need a Daisy mic, you know, a little mic for Daisy. I think we should get a little mic here for Daisy, and then she can sing in it. We can have it here, like facing Daisy, so she can talk, and then you can also hear the music in the background, right?
Yeah, that'd be
She's
fun.
going off, guys. Are you singing?
Alright guys, now we got a dab of Sharp Mountain Sunshine loaded up.
Shark Mountain Sunshine. You know what? Sunshine loves female artists. If you could put like, I could get Sunshine to sing in a heartbeat. All I could do is put in copyright female artist.
Oh yeah.
She loves it. And you name a female artist, you put a female artist, like oldie stuff too. Like anybody, it's a female artist, she'll come out and start singing.
Right, she loves it.
Jimmy and also Bob Marley and Jimmy Buffett, but
Oh yeah.
not like the female artist. Holy cow. Some man along her journey, she says shut up, so we know somebody was really mean to her. Because you don't even be talking, and she just gets mad. Like if you're near a cage and she don't want you to be, or she's trying to sleep or whatever, she'll just say it. You're not even talking. She'll just say, shut up, shut up.
Right.
And you're not even talking. So we know it's an she picked up that that's aggravating. Like what somebody said to her when they were mad at her. So when she's mad at you, she says it. She don't know what she's saying, but she knows that phrase means aggravation. She knows that much in her head.
Right.
So when she's mad, she says, shut up. Like Tracy can go out touch her, pet her. I can't even go over to her. I'll be like, Tracy, go over there right now. Birdie pet and pet her. I won't go birdie pet. She's gonna try and take my finger off. And we've had her almost working on a year. Well, not half a year, right? A little over half a year. So we're gonna talk about everything. We're gonna talk about fishing. So you guys, like I said, remember to watch for these fishing coming up. I got some videos coming up that I just seen today when I'm going through. Gosh, I will find that email address and get it up here. God damn. I freaking made it and then forgot it. So if I can't figure it out, I'll just make another one and I'll put it up here. And any of you winners that ever won, right? Because we give flies away for 10 or more,
right back.
10 or more viewers at one time. I got to get the email address out for all you guys that won. If you just want to come and you don't want the flies, you tie your own, you're like, I don't need any, I'm good, then you just don't get a hold of us. You just ignore it and we'll be like, all right. But the people that do, you send us an email, send us where we send them to. Now we don't have to tell you this, you don't send us in the California email or mailing address. Poor Joe. Joe won a lot. We've been trying to send Joe stuff. I think we still owe Joe. Because it's hard, you can't send him to anything. California, man, crazy. A shout out to my brother Joe. Long time watcher. And all you guys, even though y'all have been around new, shout out. We love to see you guys here. You guys here all the time. This comment stuff, I love this, guys. Never back when I started tying, let me see, what is it now? $42 years ago when I started tying. Never did I thought I'd be on with cameras and talking like I was Joe Humphreys or something. Which since I started my channel, I got to meet my hero. I always thought, if I ever take the guy that taught me how to bow cast, you know, when I was a kid, you know, he'd take me down the creek and say, hey, Kay, I like small water too. Because he always knew how much struggle, always watched me struggle with bigger water. You know, Penn's Creek's a river. This is definitely not a river out here. And,
I don't know, Joe. Joe asked if they make tie-dye fishing shirts.
they make what?
Do they make tie-dye fishing shirts?
Tie-dye fishing shirts?
Yeah.
Do you want one? Everybody, leave a comment. We've been getting... I watched it one today. We got like, I don't know, over 100 views on one of our live streams. I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So we've been doing something right. So it's just, guys, get the word out. Keep this ball rolling, dude. 100 at a time. What we got to do is get all these people to come live. You know, but YouTube's putting them out there. I seen it keeps putting my videos in front of me. See, what I got a YouTube video channel that we're watching right now. Like it's playing music on the TV. That's my personal channel. 3 subscribers. I don't put anything on there, but I watch our videos, our playlist. Me and Tracy's playlist when we want to get paid. Me and Tracy's playlist when we want to be romantic. Me and Tracy's playlist if we want to be jamming hard, like the heavy, fine metal like this. A couple personal videos I put on there that are on this. Anyway, now I forget what my point was.
I don't know.
Alright, I think I'm up, ain't I?
I think so.
But you gotta get people here. For them people that don't tie. You guys want to see something crazy? Want to see something crazy? I'm like, oh yeah, man. What if I get some feathers from the bird I'll get the tot. I got it coming out my butt, guys. This is just, I got a couple of these filled. Plus, I got all the tail feathers are gone. Or back in my guys. You see it? Look at them all. So, we're gonna figure out. I think someone told me I can sell them. I forget what they said. Etsy, right? Ain't that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
And I can sell my flies and all that on there. So, look for that maybe coming out, maybe. So I started the filming thing. I still got 3 cheap cams. I got 3 cheap cams. We're gonna net cam them now, so that way if they fall off, we don't lose that much. Old cheap cams that they only record in 1080. Video quality is not as nowhere as good as the Canon or the what's that say?
TikTok.
TikTok. Oh yeah, I agree. Hey, does anybody know how long a TikTok can be? If you know, let me know. Because me and her don't have TikTok. We don't have TikToks. We don't have an Instagram. And someone told me the other day that's why that's why I'm not doing that great. And I'm like, you know what? I never thought of that. They're like, you need to be on TikTok. You need to be on Instagram. You need to be on Facebook and get the name out for the business. I'm like, you know what? Good thinking. So, and I'm not paying somebody to be my social media person. No way. So I don't like paying nobody to do anything.
No. Heck no.
I don't have to, but I would pay Tracy to sleep with me, but I don't have to. But no, I don't even fucking. Anyway, I am doing my dab or whatever the fuck she called this. What'd you call it, honey?
You don't know that.
What's that?
I don't know.
What did you call this?
OS.
OS.
That's what Eric said.
Oh no, what's the strain I'm hitting again?
Sharp Mountain Sunshine.
Sharp Mountain. Sharp Mountain. That's an interesting name.
Yeah.
I love it because you guys can ask, dude. I don't know how long you've been there, dude, but you can ask Joe. No, I mean, you don't know how long I wanted to go to Haight-Ashbury, but anyway, you can ask Joe, the OG state. You know, they named stuff. San Francisco Valley, San Fran Valley, OG, stuff like that. Well, here in PA, they do the same thing. They'll call it like, you know, we fish Pine Creek, something. And then they'll name them all after like PA, like stuff just like they do in Cali. It's cool. I think we got one that was like Susquehanna Valley Creeper. Really funny as hell. Alright, you guys ready for number 3? That'll do for number 3. Alright, dude, I'm going to explain that, dude. That's something I cannot get. I'm going to explain it to you. Alright? It's because I'm going to explain it. I cannot get that freaking saying out of my head. I haven't my whole entire life. I can't get that out of my head. I can't get, that'll do for number 2. That'll do for number 3. That'll do for number 4. Okay. Alright. Now, I'm not sure. I think they called it a round. Okay? Alright, now I'm explaining this to you. And you're like, you're not serious. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm freaking serious. Alright, you guys, just sit back, smoke one, pack us a dab so I can tell you this little quick story. Alright, never mind. I will pack some trippy turp turp. Alright? I'll tell you this story, okay? Alright. I got a little story for you. When I was a little kid, alright, we had my dad's insurance company held like things. They could have like a midsummer picnic and that kind of crap, right? Every year they would have what they would call like the banquet, you know? And they would have a dinner and you would have, it was usually something like roast beef, gravy, mashed potatoes, bread, little bowl of peaches, a little bit of red punch, whatever. You got me? Tea, iced tea. And you went to this thing, and when you got there, like, everybody would show up at a time, right? And, like, my dad and mom were always the ones that we were the first ones, always down at the tea, hanging out with the Bittners. You know the Bittner? Hanging out with the Bittners right down there at the end, and hanging out with the little Bittners, and what's up, dudes, right? And all these guys would hang out, right? So after we'd eat our dinner and everything.
Peach cobbler?
Huh? Peach cobbler? Hell yeah, there's definitely peach cobbler. That kind of event. You know what I'm saying, right? Like red, like country people. No, wait till it gets country yet, dude. Wait. So, all right, let me pack this up quick. Ain't gonna take me long. Dude, we got this shit, dude. The other day, it was called Shake. Man, did that make me laugh. Shake, dude. It was Shake. It's bud, little buds, dude. I was like, just call this Shake? I looked at, can I have your Shake? Sure, you can have it for free. I was, oh, that was so frosty. And little buds, they called it Shake. It cracked me up. But anyway, so then they would have like the awards, you know, and like Bittner won it a lot. So what these guys' names are? These guys are known. I don't know if Tracy knows who Bittners are or not. Bittner known as the big insurance in the house salesman in our area. They're like the family known for the insurance. Like if you get insurance, you probably get from Bittner's insurance company. And they had, and back then, I don't know what insurance we had, but you guys all remember, old people, you have to be old just to show your age. Omaha's Wild Kingdom was Omaha's insurance. So we have events like that, right? So, okay, we did dinner, everybody's hanging out. Now remember, this is Turpy Turp Turp. I'm not going to go down at all. Anyway, now it's done. They fold up all these tables. Boom, they put them in this thing. They wheel them out of the building, goes over to this other building. And now there's an empty, huge building. 50 feet long. You think of your average size with your average chicken coop. Huge chicken pads, you know, that they raise chickens in. If you live in the city, what would you say, 2 blocks. 100 feet wide, 2 blocks. Okay? About the size of the building. They'd empty all the chairs and everything out of this building, and then they would set up a stage. And this country guy go in there, and they would do square dancing. Now, I did this from the time I was like 3 years old. So the time I was like, so I said, I'm not going to this shit anymore. I'm staying home. It was years and years and years. So when they do, I think they call it a round. So they do a song, and then this guy would be like, now do-si-do your partner, swing her to the left. Go around her backwards, and now just say hi to your left, you know, and then, now do your partner one more time, and that's what you do. And then they do this whole thing. I think they called it a round. And then, when that was done, they go, now you're home, and that'll do for number 2. So you go, that'll do for number 1, okay? And then the next song will come on. Now you get your partner round and round, you swing her this way, and it would go through that. And it would come to the end. Now that'll do for number 2. And it would go to number 4. And that would end the square dancing. Huge thing. And they'd do like 2 of them or 3 of them.
No, Joe, I don't want to square dance.
But I did this shit, you guys, like all my life when I was a kid. So I cannot get that out of my head. So like every once in a while, I'll just out of the blue go, and that'll do for number 2. And that'll do for number 3. And I've been watching these videos, and I'm like, that'll do for number 2. But that, I had to explain that because I use it a lot. I don't even know if Tracy knew what I was saying that for. Did you? I never explained that to you even, did I? Mm-mm. But that's where it comes go. And then it goes 4 rounds, and then they take a long break. Like, they don't take a break through the round. That'll do for number 1 and double. They stand there. And then it goes right into another square dance. And then they stand there and wait. And it goes another. When number 4 is over, then they take like a 20-minute break or whatever. The band takes a break. It's like a set. You ever have to go to a band and there's 4 sets?
Yeah.
They do number set. And then in the 4th, that'll do for number 4. That's 1 set. And then they take a 20-minute break. They come back out, do 4 more. And that'll do for number 4. And then they take a, you know what I mean? And then I don't know how many of them they do it all night. And then it goes on till real late. And then, boom, it ends, you know? And the band, everybody goes home. But that's where that comes from. Oh, it'll do for number 1. And I could never get that out of my head because it was so much part of my life every year after year after year after year when I was a kid. And I went to other ones. That was the only one we went to. My mom and dad were like, you know, cowboy wearing jeans with the, you know, the, did you guys ever see Rhinestone Cowboy? Like the cowboy typical shirts like Tracy has couple.
Yeah.
My dad's new girlfriend, which they were, long explanation. It's not anything weird at all. You know? But my dad's new girlfriend gave it to him. And it has like the, you know, it's the shirt, the cowboy shirt that has the 2 pockets in the front and rhinestones all around it. And, you know. Which I remember when I was a kid, that was one of my favorite songs. Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. All right. So what are we doing on number 3 now?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see what number 3 is. So I had to take that story. Oh, this is called, and I have no idea where this is going. All right. All right.
Okay.
I have no clue what this is going to be about. But I was like, why not? Let's see. Why not? Let's see what happens. This is labeled a typical day of fishing. 2017. That's what it's called. A typical day of fishing in PA 2017 or something like that.
Alright.
That was the name of the video when it came out. So we are still at 2017, guys. 10 years. So we started in 2015. It's the thing. We had no idea that's 20. I told her, I said, I want to know what videos we're at. How many videos?
Yeah.
You can look all this up. I didn't know until I wanted to do. I said, we should do like a flashback thing. And look at our old videos. And I went back and looked at my old video and it said 2015 was the first video. It just is like the end of the year. It was the first video. It was called the end of the year fishing 2015 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we started a YouTube channel in 2015. 10 freaking years, guys. Can't believe we're doing this that long. People get on us saying, well, you only have 3,000 subs at 20. I'm good. You don't understand that. I'm not trying to seek popularity. The only reason I do these videos is to help somebody out. So if I help one person in all 10 years catch more fish, I'm good. That's why I did it. Just one. That's all it takes. Just one person caught more fish.
Alright, here we are walking to the camera, guys.
Here we are.
Walking to the camera.
Get a little more. Oh yeah, you can see this is when the new GoPros we got. When we started getting a new GoPro, you see the quality of the. This here is the creeks that I learned on, and I don't know if you guys ever fished these kind of waters. Have you guys ever stood back, cast, and half your fly line is on the dirt? on the ground, and then like the last 4 feet of your line goes in the water and does a swing, and you hook up and catch the fish from that far away. Have you ever done that? Well, this is how these spring creeks are. See how Tracy just walks up? That there sent so many of the all your wild fish. I was just teaching her. I know what this is. A lesson to Tracy. That's what this one's called. A typical day of fishing in PA. A lesson to Tracy. Because this is the first time she ever fished smaller water. Like she always took out the bigger water. Because I always did that because I always had a harder time with I never thought of it. That's because I was born and raised on the water. See how I'm doing it? See that? That is, well, we used to high stick. Now, let me pause something. I'm going to tell you. Like I said, you can't urinate them far away. But if you've had practice, here's a practice like I have in many years, many years. But if you were taught it, high sticking is a whole different ballgame. All right, so what happens when you're urinifing? You guys know you put a heavy fly on. When you're high sticking, you're wading into the strike zone. You're waiting, not waiting. Like urinifing. Yeah, I just came up with a clever way of thinking it. You're not wading into the strike zone like you are with urinifing. You're waiting in the strike zone. That means you're putting on a fly that has no weight, right? It could have either that or it has plastic bead heads. You can get them now, gold and silver. Plastic, the ones that don't weigh anything. Glass, ones that weigh very little bit, and then you're adding weight till that fly goes straight where you want it to. It just stays in that strike zone. Now, when water speed goes up or goes down, you might have to add weight or delete. This was the technique that I was taught by my guy that taught me everything, Joe Humphreys. And that technique I'm using right there, I think I even bowcasted it, right? It's the technique I learned from Joe. You stand far back. Now, I'm kind of doing a little mess up. If anybody can tell me, I'm going to take a hit of this. I'm going to pass it to Tracy, you can take a hit. I want to see if anybody can tell me the big mistake I'm making right here in this video. This spot right here. I'm paused. I'm sure you guys can see it. I'm paused, ain't I? Yep. Okay. See, I got Tracy over here watching our live stream, and she can tell me. Yes, you are paused, honey. You are paused. Okay? What mistake am I making? And then we'll see if you guys get it. If not, I'm going to have to ask Tracy, and if Tracy gets it, I feel bad. Unless you guys, maybe you guys just started fishing, or you don't fish at all. Whatever. You just guess. That'd be cool if one of you guys never fished before got it. Just by guessing. I'm going to mute the mic. You're not going to hear us for a second, all right? I'm going to mute the mic, so I'm going to see if Tracy can get it. Okay?
Joe's
Alright, you guys. Fuck. Yeah, I didn't mute that. You guys probably didn't hear anything. Alright. Yeah, the answer to that was I was gonna tell you, if you didn't guess, alright, my profile was a little high. I should have been a little bit down, a little more sneaky, you know, maybe down on one knee. I could have still kept the rod up. And this is a nice advantage of you guys that like them 2 weights. I'll do all this with a 4 weight, and I have no problem. You see, I landed a fish. I think I landed 2 that day. A lot of times I don't get them on video, the camera. See, what I'll do is I'll start recording and get all that other stuff, and then the camera will die, and I don't get a fish or 2. You know, I try and get everything all day. Now I went and got new batteries, backups, SD cards. I'm ready to go now. But what happens? It rains when we get all that prepared, don't it?
Yeah.
So what we want to do is take them other cameras and put them on our nets. You know what I'm saying? So that you see we have nets on our cameras. All right, what are we up to now? What dab are we up to now?
Well, we are up to...
And we got one more video, guys. Woo! We're flying on this live stream.
Lamb's breath. Lamb's
So you
breath.
guys, everybody know, if you guys hear in the replay, why don't we just, you guys, we're going to keep it, all right, how about we keep it at 10 o'clock? I like 10 o'clock, right? We're going to keep it at 10 o'clock. You guys come from the other ones. We were at another one we wanted to make sure theirs was done before we start ours, but I don't know, something strange happened the last time we was there. Like, nobody even recognized we were there. We said hi, nobody even said hi back. We know the mic worked. We don't know, something happened. If you guys come from one of them other ones, you know who you are, what it is. You know, they have a lot of love there, you know what I'm saying? Let us know if you know anything about why. But we kind of got shunned from that group of people from out of nowhere, you know. So if you come from that one, let us know what happened there. We were kind of, what the hell? Come up and said hi live, and no. We just went away. I don't care. Really, life goes on. Blah blah dee, blah da da. Life goes on. Hey, la 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 la. Life goes on. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're doing lamb's breath.
Lamb's breath. And maybe there's nothing wrong with, maybe it was just my imagination. Maybe you were just, I don't know.
I don't know.
I do get in trouble on my views because, now look, you guys, I know, look, it's an outdoor channel. Taking all that it attains, it's an outdoor channel. And it will always remain an outdoor. Loving of hunting, loving of fishing, loving of bow hunting. Love of shooting muzzleloaders, love of shooting guns, love of shooting everything. It'll always be that way. Right? So, there's that. We have our weapons locked up in a gun safe somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But we have lots of play toys. You know what I mean? And we just keep them locked up, safe, away from everything, away from all the studio here. We come here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we have lots of play toys. Tracy has a lot of play toys.
Yeah, but they're locked up.
But they're not here and they're locked up away. She has a lot of them. A couple of like ARs, 7mm, some handguns, lots of play toys. She's been collecting. Well, family has been collecting. She owns. So it's really cool. But there's very belief in our Second Amendment rights. So when someone says crap that I don't like, I'll say, you know, like here's an example, right? I'm gonna just say it, okay?
Yeah.
When you, even though you're not aware, you gotta be careful of who you support going through everything, right? God gave everybody in this world a right to vote, right? And I believe you can vote for whoever you want. But now, when you stop, okay? Think about one thing and one thing only. Are you a fisherman? No? Then what I have has very few clear reserve on what I'm about to say. You don't care. Are you a hunter? No? Then, well, maybe, you know, what you have to say doesn't mean.
Pew pews, yeah, I do, Joe.
Do you are a lover of clean water? No? Then what I have to say has not much to do with you, okay? But if any of them where your answer is yes, then you have to stop. Who you vote for might determine if you can hunt, if you can buy the furs to tie the flies. The reason I cannot send flies to California is because they have a restriction on what you can send. Whether it's this, because some law in California says a blue and gold macaw, because I don't know. Even though I have it right there, and there's where the feathers come from, I can't send them there.
But they're not here, Joe.
What's that?
They're not here, Joe. A family member keeps them for me.
Yeah, see, they're locked in gun safes, like the big, heavy gun safes. We keep most of our stuff. We have lots of hunting rifles. I have muzzleloaders, shotguns here. Shotgun's allowed to be here. They don't restrict your rights to have a shotgun no matter what. Actually, the state of Pennsylvania, the one thing that they don't restrict at all is shotguns. Which is really cool, because if you're going to ask me, all right, look, I've been hunting since I was eight. Like when I used to go out when I was a little guy, and Dad would take me out in the woods with him, and he'd sit here in the tree stand with him. You know what I mean? I was probably 8.
Send you baby seal fur.
Baby seal?
Joe.
Now that is mean. That dude, could you imagine? Didn't people used to kill baby seals?
Yeah.
Why did they? Does anybody know why they would kill a baby seal? What was the reasoning behind the whole killing of baby seals? Like, why were they doing it? I think back in the 80s they said they used to club them. I remember back in the 80s, like, oh my God, save the baby seals. Now, all right, here's a good one that doesn't make sense to me. The whole straw thing. Well, they want to keep the straws out of the ocean. Is that what it is for the turtles?
Yeah.
I take my straw. Here's my straw, okay?
Joe says he don't know why they would do that.
See, look.
Yeah,
now let me just, here's this, there's things that just blow my mind, right? Here's this is my plastic straw. I will always buy plastic straw, okay? I'm going to take my plastic straw when I'm done with it, and I'm going to put it in the garbage. Now, my garbage is going to a landfill. This landfill, okay, is a big mountain. You don't drive on it. There's not roads there. It's this huge mountain that's been there for probably since 19 or 1800 or something, whatever, okay? It's huge landfill. And out of that landfill comes a gas that they could power a whole prison with. Or power, in the state of, Procter & Gamble runs the whole Procter & Gamble plant with the gas that comes off the landfill.
Yeah.
So once this straw goes in the landfill, tell me how it's going to end up in an ocean and the turtles. Like, our landfill here is, oh my God, I couldn't imagine how many hundreds of miles from the nearest ocean. So does the straw like get wings and fly to the ocean and then drop in the ocean, and then like a turtle comes up and goes, wow, look at the freaking straw with wings? And I mean, I just can't understand it. It just blows my mind, because we went to an Arby's today and they gave us a paper straw. I pulled the paper straw out and grabbed the plastic straw I had in the car. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. So, I mean, I understand if there's a reason and somebody can make sense to me and say, okay, this is why, idiot. I'm like, okay. And makes sense. Dude, just saying, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? I don't get the argument. And dude, really, the whole thing, I mean, I love I think, dude, I think that I would love to have like a jacked up Jeep, say maybe three, two, 2 feet off the ground, all electric. That would go 300 miles on one charge, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I could plug in, and overnight it would be charged. And every day I'd have 300 miles to go in this Jeep. Dude, that was all I would drive when going hunting. Dude, are you kidding? Why would you not want an electric vehicle to go hunting? They're so quiet. Can you imagine how fucking easy it would be to sneak up with a deer in the woods? There's places here that you can literally. My dad don't even get out of his vehicle. Senior citizens here in PA, certain roads, my dad doesn't. All right, for one, my dad doesn't have to get off his 4-wheeler or out of side by side. My dad literally. I had a dream one time. I built this big ramp. My dad could drive his. It's like a tree stand, but it's a ramp, and it goes up and it goes around and it goes way up in the air. And my dad could drive his side by side, and up there was a big platform. He could park the side by side and shoot right out of side by side. And it was way up in the air in the tree stand. He could watch all his property and just shoot deer off this tree. And then I told him one time I was going to put a hot tub on his deck because all the deer run right by. This year, right, this year I put my blind up, I could only shoot that one way because this way was the house. Like, I was far enough away from the house, I was safe, like you're supposed to be. One, it was archery season, but I was far away from the house, it was safe. But I could see Dad come out, I could almost wave out my blind. Hey, see you later, Dad wave. And deer came down. I seen a crap load of them. Actually, where I'm gonna put you up in the corner if we hunt there this year, and me down there in my blind along the creek. That's a cute dynamite entry. I found it. I didn't know it by mistake. I'm like, dude, I already shot my buck, right? So I was like, just doe hunting. I'm like, I'm gonna go down along the creek, which I'm not so sure that a buck wouldn't come in through there too eventually. But anyway. All of a sudden, there's deer all around me, man. Which I can't. I had the muzzle loader. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna pee. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta go use the bathroom. Drake's here to talk to you. Leave a comment if you want to hear a freaking funny story about muzzleloader hunting. If not, I'll come back to go on the 4th video. You got a couple minutes while I pee if you want to hear a funny story about muzzleloader hunting. Let me know.
Alright. You guys comment down below if you want to hear the funny story. I'm gonna load us up a dab of cheese. Hang on. I'll tell you in a minute what it is. These writing on these things are so dang small. Well, this is the Exodus cheese. Alright, Joe, I'll tell him. Are you singing up there, Daisy? These dabs here were pretty smelly or yummy. Yeah, so it's been really hot here, and today we got a lot of rain.
So what's this thing? No? Yes?
Yeah, they want you to tell the story.
Alright. So, I shot my first deer with a muzzle loader. That's an actual muzzle loader, right? That pulls back. Hold on.
You need a portable dab pen. This is mine. It's a little big with a glass top. This is Donnie's. You put the dabs in here. I don't like this one as much. We have a couple different ones. This is a dab pen.
So, like I said, the ones I keep here are the ones were loud. that nobody's going to want to steal. Okay, shotguns and crossbows, but this is my baby.
Hang on. This one is the Orbit.
Right. So this is like Civil War, guys.
This
like,
one's the Loca, and the other one was the Zen, Joe. He's looking for a dab pen.
See? Oh, she went over the cage. Anyway, see it? Old flintlock, Civil War type stuff. All right, guys. As I'm gonna tell you, very useless for me. Okay. Now I shot my first deer with that. The deer was running so fast, like there's no tracks. I said that's because it was running so fast it didn't leave tracks. I decked it. Flintlock, right? Yep. So that's mine. I got that when I was 12. That was 56, 40, 44 years ago. Just a little bit before I started fly fishing. Alright? Tying. About the same time. Actually, about the same time. Anyway, I shot my first deer with that ever. First deer I ever shot, I was like 12. I shot my first deer with that. Got it for Christmas. The next day I went out and shot a deer with it. Alright? So last year, I shot my buck. And you're not allowed to shoot a buck with that. But 1 week out of archery season, right?
And Joe asked, what's the effective range?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm getting there. As you can see, 0. Anyway. Hold on, Joe. You're jumping the gun, buddy. So, there's built-in blinds where my dad's house. The reason being is we go through the woods in black season, and like there's farms all around, and they all do it, and then they'll let us know, hey, Frank Rizzo's going through his farm right now, and then dude's going to go through his, and then dude's coming over to here, and then they want you to go through yours, and then you'll drive the deer over here, and then this guy's going through his farm, and except for the jerk off that lives next to my dad that we got to avoid. He's a dickhead, you know. He just posts his land, just an asshole. He don't care, you know. He just tells everybody to go fuck themselves or whatever. And just ass, right? But that's how it goes, right? So we got these blinds. Then once that starts, there's like a massive, like people will have these blinds on their farms, and they'll just sit there. And then when the deer get to there, then they'll get up and they'll drive to like Tracy. Right? So these blinds are here. So we have them all over. There's one right down like from Dad's house we call the muzzleloader blind because you have to be that far away from the house. And you can hunt in a rifle, can't you?
Yeah.
But you can only hunt one way. You can only shoot one way that way and behind you. You can't shoot that way because all their horse farm is way down there. And you don't want to send bullets down to the horse farm. It's just, no. Okay? So you have angles. So you can't shoot right that way. You can shoot anyway. So this is muzzleloader season. You can't shoot a buck, but for 1 week you can shoot that in archery season. That's the only rifle you can shoot in that 1 week of archery is a muzzleloader. Right? That's it. So I take that thing out, getting this blind. I didn't expect to see crap. I'm just wasting time, you know. Tracy's hunting. I want to make sure I go out so that she goes out. Right? I'm like, I already got mine. I don't really want to go out. So I was like, what the hell? I'll go out and give her where I've seen all these deer, and I'll go down somewhere else. I'll go away, you know. Stay I'm there, there's deer everywhere, like I said. Alright, so I pull. Now we're going to explain things. Okay? Alright, so, like I said, flintlock. See this here? Part, that's the flint. It pulls back, right? It goes back. That's the flint. You cock that back, and then you push this down, okay? And you pull this back, and this hits this, and makes the gun go off. Well, there's a flint in there with a screw on top. An actual, real piece of stone. That's actual stone. It's not a false thing. It's not made in fact. It's an actual piece of flint, stone that they carved down and has a little angle on it. Okay? So, sit in my blind, I loaded it up. I've been shooting. I shot it in. So I shot about 5 or 6 shots out of it, which is another funny story. I couldn't hardly get the ball down, and I was told, hey, dummy, you're doing it wrong, and oh my God. Dude, so I haven't shot this thing since I was 12. Alright? My dad's getting old, and he forgets. So I got to be careful, so I got all my guns from him. Like you said, most of them are in gun count, except for the ones that nobody cares about. Nobody's going to come in and steal my muzzleloader or my shotgun. You know, nobody cares. Right. Typical shotgun. Oh, they're locked up, but, you know, still, nobody really cares. Nobody's going to break in the house and, you know, break down all the gun cabinet walls and, you know, for a shotgun or a muzzleloader. So, I don't care, you know. Right. And nobody's going to give a crap if I have them in there, right? So, even though, I'm going to tell you straight up, if you're going to ask me what I would protect my house with, it would be a shotgun. Because if you shoot a shotgun here, if I'm in the living room, back in my bedroom, and they come in here right beside me at the door, they come in here and I'm back in the bedroom, and I shoot with a shotgun, if I miss, or whatever, it's going to go into the kitchen and in the wall, and that's as far as it's going. If you got like 9mm or 45 mag, it could go right through the wall and kill your neighbor. You know, that's why that stray bullets come from and drive-bys that people get killed by that are houses away. That bullet goes through a window, through another window, through a wall, and then hurt somebody. So the shotgun's the best thing. It's not going to hurt anybody. And especially if you have a house where you're going to shoot at somebody running or something, you want to defend yourself, but you have to worry about where your kids' bedrooms are. Right. With a shotgun, if there's a wall between you, they're just not going through a wall. But, and another thing with a shotgun is you don't have to aim much. Because let me tell you, I have a 12 gauge, right? Tracy, it would be a hard time for her to shoot it, right? But she knows how to. So if she pulled it up, it might hurt her, and it might really, but I tell you what, if she gets anywhere near you, it's going to take your head off, it's going to take an arm off, and she hits you in the chest, it's going to blow a hole bigger than, like, that in you. It's the best defense. It's not going to hurt anybody around us, you know. It's a great home defense system. It's a shotgun. So and you're not allowed to have most states. They don't care, you know.
Right.
Here you can go to a gun show and get a shotgun. They don't care because they don't call it. It's not really something you're going to fight back against the military with. They think. They don't consider crossbow. I think today's crossbow, is one of the most world's deadliest weapons in the hand of the right person.
Yeah.
Quiet and deadly. I shot my buck this year at 60 yards away, right through the heart. Walking. Not even standing still, just walking. Mm-hmm. Right through the... I pulled the heart out and showed the Tracy. It was a cross. Right, the arrow, broadhead, went right through the heart. Walking at 60 yards, guys. 60 yards. That's a long shot. To hit a heart that's about big around, like this big around. Think about that as a human. What I could do today, I could hit you in the head at 60 yards away. Walking.
Yeah.
Ain't that something? And no noise. No noise alerting anybody else that you're now no longer with us. I told her, I said, man, I'll tell you what I would grab. If I was going out close, it would probably be, I might grab a pistol just because there's 14 rounds of real quick action. But I would grab a pistol, a bow, and like a 7mm or 308 or some real long rifle, sniper rifle with a silencer on it. So I could reach out and touch something a long way. And I'd always be whisper or quiet. Unless it was a pistol. And that would only be like very, like I'm about to lose my life and I need to defend myself. And man, holy shit. 308 or 7mm. Man, guys, that's a long reach out and touch somebody. I want to build this big, like the woods empty out. The higher you go, the woods start emptying out on their land. So I want to build like a tree stand way up in the woods. She can stand up there with a 7mm.
16 yards, a little over half a football field.
What's that?
You said that's a little over half a football field.
Yep. And not that shot at something this big. You can see it, the size of my hand. You know. I figured that. There, the ball in my fist. I hit that at over half a football field away. Moving. But dude, I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I've said, you know, for all my life. I'm deadly with the crossbow. You can ask Tracy. You don't want to be a creature out of me. Not with that. I think I'm almost, no, maybe not, because I can't have the range. Like, if I sit down and really want to shoot something, I shot my one buck, the first one on the farm, at 325 yards away. So I can still do that, but I think you'd rather have me shooting a rifle if you're close than the gun with the bow. I'm deadly as hell with the bow, but I'll like give warning shots with the rifle. It's kind of weird with the rifle. I don't know when I should be shooting in open sights, and I forget. Seeing a deer and not getting a shot and stuff is almost as thrilling as shooting one. Almost. Right in the same ballpark. Just a little bit farther away. Alright? Seeing one and missing one
Right.
are almost as good as shooting it. As long as a clean miss. Or you know the deer's not suffering or going to go off and die. Tracy shot one. Who knows? Didn't go off and die. All she got was fur. Big 10-point running Mach 1. Monster buck. Somebody shot it. Or no. No, it got hit, didn't it? Poets hit it. Up by Poets, didn't it? In the summer or something. You seen it?
Yeah.
Dad told me your 10-point got hit by a car.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, Dad, people tell me, I think the saddest thing is a deer getting shot by a hunter. I said, I think the saddest thing is when a vehicle hits a deer. Me personally.
Yeah, that's awful.
Because now nobody gets to eat it. Nobody gets to, you know. That deer meat really helps out with a lot of families, you know. Helps out me and Tracy. We don't have to buy meat for a couple months, man. That's great. And it's healthier. It keeps, you know, I have high blood pressure and shit. I'm old. I don't need
You
blood
always
pressure.
walk up on those guys.
Huh?
Joe said he always walks up on those guys.
What's that?
The deer.
Oh, yeah, dude. Especially when you're fishing. They're scared the shit out of you and a deer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I've almost peed my pants already. Deer. Bear. I've walked up to a lot of... Alright, now this is the last video. Alright. This one is just called My Cool Fly Fishing Slideshow. No idea, guys. Alright, I'm going to pause it. Well, maybe I won't have to. Oh, shit, I got to put my glasses on.
I'll be back, guys. I need a little water refill. Enjoy the video.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is about, guys. I have no clue. These guys just wanted to be really... Oh, look, these pictures. Oh, it's pictures. That's a bunch of pictures. That's cool. I don't know what that is. That's high water. Oh, there's me turning in fish. That's a good shot. Oh, I know what that one. That last one was my daughter. Last time my daughter fished with me up in Little Pine, she caught that monster rainbow. Guys, it was a monster. I still probably have never ever will see a prettiest rainbow as that. That's the same picture, I think. There's that rainbow. There's Tracy doing her wool cast. That's pine. Oh, there's the bridge. A little above the bridge. That's the shit. These are just a bunch of Tracy. He's probably Tracy. He takes pictures everywhere she goes. We're probably about due for another one. There's Tracy tying on. We'll probably due for another of these slideshows of all the pictures Tracy has on her phone. We'll probably do another one. These are probably just, that's where it probably came from. She loves taking pictures. This is a bridge on, shit. Little Juniata. That's what this is at. Little J. That's a cool shot. I'm not sure what it is. That's Pens. That's when the water's low on Pens in the fall. It was way up on Pens, up in the low water, working our way up to the holes. I always hit these little pocket waters when I'm walking up through. Even the water's not, you see how low the water is? It's not even knee deep. I'll still hit these little pockets where there's like rocks. You never know. Sometimes you catch fish in these little... But you see how like the water's like flat. Oh, that's the one I caught the first year we were here. When me and Tracy were together and we started the channel. Mm-hmm. Right out here. Like I said, this is one of the ones that come up from, that was one of the ones that come up from the river. It comes up, that's a big brown trout for our area, especially wild one like that. Or, yeah, wild one. It came up from the river. They get big and they go down to the river and get wild, bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they come up. That was... There's some of the camping spots. That is Pine Creek. That, you guys, is an old picture. Let's back that up. Alright, these, hold on. That one there, I thought it was pine. It is pine, but let me tell you about this one. This picture, right, is legendary. This picture was taken by a friend, just a mutual friend who was fishing with me a long, long time ago. Years before his channel started, we were fishing a competition.
Snow in the creek.
I was fishing a competition, the only one I ever did. I did one fly tying competition and one fishing competition. And my friend said, I'm going to go bring you up there. No way you're going to do anything. The water's always high. It's always miserable. It's a bait fisherman's rule. You're not going to do any well. So I went there, and he was right. Water was so high. It's way flooded. And I'm fishing this competition. And he's like, well, I have never won anything here. And I've been coming here for 12 years. And I just invited you up here to show you how this is not for fly fishermen. But I wanted to bring you up here and try anyway. So I tie on a, white SOB, before I even start tying the white SOB. Woolly bugger, olive woolly bugger on. First cast, caught a tug fish. He said, I've never caught one in 12 years. And the first year you're here, water's high as hell. He thought he was going to embarrass me, actually. And I caught a tug fish, won a bait rod reel, and gave it to him. It's like a $400 bait reel. Or, well, no, about $200 bait reel. Actually, about half that. An exaggeration. But about $200 bait reel. A bait reel. And I gave it to him. I'm like, here you go, bro. And he thought that was the coolest thing. He went out and bought me... He bought it. It was both the rest of the nights. Bought me dinner and shit. He just thought that was the shit. And I'm going to start bringing you more often. And then I stopped talking to them, that group. And there you go. But that's an old legend, man. I'm down tying a fly, or getting ready to tie that fly on that caught me the tug fish. That's what I was doing. I was bringing my line in to tie that fly on. And he snapped a bunch of pictures for me and gave them to me later. And this is when I was up here. There's old pictures way up in the north. There's that hole later on. I went back up to camp just to go up to check it out, and that was it. That one, it wasn't flooded. That is halfway dam. That's when overwater dam goes out, see? It don't come out of the bottom. It comes off the top. But that water that goes into that dam is spring. And the little kids go swimming in there. Hold on, let's back that up. Let me explain that to you. That there, that water comes out the top. But you literally can fish in that. Oh my gosh, didn't pause. Alright, there's the spillway. Alright, so literally you can fish this dam all year long. Literally almost all year long. One, it's all full of stockies. You might hurt, I doubt it. Maybe a brook trout, but the brook trout ain't gonna eat when it's too hot. You know? They'll go up, they go up to little teeny, they'll go up in little water that's only 3 inches deep and hide under trees. It's amazing. These monster brook trout, it's insane. But anyway, so that water, these kids, how about it, Tracy? You guys got to hear this story. You're not from this area. We got a comment.
Very nice dam.
What?
Very nice dam.
Right. So check. That's old stone, guys. This has been around for years. So check this out. They put thousands of fish in this lake. And the lake's not just a giant pond, really. Not that big. You're not big enough you can put a boat on it. But, like, you can catch trout there all year long. We're thinking about going out and doing it because when it's hot, it's 90 degrees. So, here's funny. Ask Tracy. Ask Tracy. It'd be hot as shit. 99 degrees out. Little kids will go out swimming in the lake.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a roped off sections where they can swim. Right? Okay? And they'll come out and their lips are purple.
Oh,
and they're just shaking. Dude, that water is so cold. I guarantee you, you have a hard time finding any body of water you could jump in that's that cold when it's 99 degrees outside. That shit'll put your... I'm telling you, if you're a man, that shit'll put your balls up into your throat, huh, honey? That shit's cold. You're not a man,
yeah. But... definitely cold.
Crazy cold. Crazy, crazy cold. Unbearable cold. But the cool thing is you can fish there all year long. So one time I was listening to this podcast and they're like, man, you know, you could go Canada. And everybody's like, well, everybody wishes they had a spring-fed lake that they could fish in. I'm like, yeah, that would be kind of cool. A lake you could fish in all year long. I don't think it's... I get home and I'm sitting here talking to Tracy, smoking a bowl or something, and I'm like, oh my God. Tracy, everybody's talking about how, I said, we have, and we can guide, we can literally guide a spring-fed lake all year long. She's like, what? I said, halfway dam. What we're watching right here. This will be part of when we start the guide service. It's taking forever until I just got to get the balls and start it. We'll be part of the Police Weekend guide all year long. Like you can fish this in June. I bet you can even fish this August. And then most of it's going to be stock fish, so, you know, you can take them home and eat them. And I would highly recommend, if you're going to fish this lake, take the fish home and eat them. Honey. Because somebody else is going to. This is one of them put-and-take lakes, but it's a dream that you can go there and catch and they put a lot of big fish into this lake. Then you can go there and catch one, take it to your camp and fry it up. But it's a lot of fun and it's great. But it takes away, you have to know this lake and how to fish it. And I've been studying it for years. All the bait fishermen, the fly fishermen, everybody's been fishing it. And I'm pretty good. I've learned exactly how to do it. And look for videos coming, guys. Because you can put shorts on and wade out as far as you want. And it's like
Joe says,
swimming.
Smoke them and eat them.
Right on. So that's the last video. We'll get one video, and we're about done with this video. And we'll do the last dab. Dabs we're going to do, I think. Maybe we'll repeat the whole cycle and do it again. Who knows?
No,
we got to be careful how late we're up tonight because...
we need to go eat something. I need to eat.
Yeah, we need to go munch on something. We're going to eat before we start the live stream, but...
And I'm getting a little yawny.
And we don't want to be up too late. Tracy just got out of the hospital yesterday. Or was it this morning? This morning, wasn't it? this morning at 5:30.
Yeah, so I'm a little tired, guys.
Yeah, we're both. And then, man, she wouldn't let me sleep. Tracy was sick the day before, right? All day. But she slept back there all day, basically. Right? She didn't sleep the whole time, but she was sick all night, the first night, and then slept the whole day. Well, I stayed out here and hung out the bird, and, you know, she slept in the hospital. So she was ready to get out of bed. All day long, I didn't get shit done. So we better sleep in tomorrow. Well, we both are about the same now. But she slept in that yesterday, and I didn't at all. And I was like, oh my God. I told her I wanted to go back to sleep, but she was all awake. And I just go with baby because I can deal with it. You know, military, I remember going weeks with only 3 hours of sleep a night, training and all that crap bullshit. I'll be alright. Damn music. Dude, I told her, man, I want to bring this, I want to do it, see if it has see if I can do it like Pandora. Copyright free metal music on my Pandora. And I loved it. This music's awesome. I wouldn't mind driving around. There's no singing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's copyright free. It means you can do it forever, right?
Yeah.
So you guys, you can take this copyright music, put your own lyrics in it, record it, do whatever you want. Now you'd have to give Richard, the guy that wrote it, to give credit to and money to if you started making money. Like if you were a rock band and you used their music, you'd have to give credit to the band. The band would be, let me see. This is, oh, don't say. Don't say. Some of them tell you who it is, like they'll say the name of the song. I'm up now, right?
Yep.
Oh, did you get the dab sweat, nose run sweats, man? It's easy to do this time of year.
Yeah.
It's humid as hell here, guys. Just, all it does is rain. Heat, rain, heat.
It's awful, guys.
Sucks as a fishing, sucks. So that's why we're putting these videos out real slow, because we don't have many fishing videos, and it's going to be a long time.
Alright.
And I really don't want to go trample in between the rainstorms. It's been like 99, 100. I am not trampling around in, you know, the water's cool enough. I'm not trampling around in the woods at that degree temperature. We have timber rattlers and copperheads and a lot of them. The biggest danger to you in Pennsylvania is the snake. Don't even think about, that's the biggest thing, like the biggest thing that still gets to me. There's an old bear in the woods, big. I'd so much rather see a bear in the woods. My fear is when I go in the woods is not bears. I don't give a shit about bears. I scared is snakes.
Yuck, I don't like
And
that.
them little sneaky little bitches that are underneath leaves, and you step on them and then a rattlesnake bites you. Now, yeah, I don't even know what you would do. I do know that I'm working on learning all that. So that's something I got to do. All my first aid.
We did our job.
All right.
We've been live for 2 hours now.
All right. I tell you guys, that's crazy. Tracy's kicking me off. All right.
Yeah, we need to go. I need to eat.
She needs to go away.
I need
She
to lay
needs to go eat. Not go away, guys. That was really bad. You know. I do definitely don't want Tracy to go away. But we need to stop the stream, and we will see you all. And we love you all. And remember, man, we'll bring that. I'll work on that till the next Saturday. So there's a guarantee. Tracy, does everybody know?
What?
Tracy, tomorrow 7:10.
Yeah.
We go live at 7. We'll see you at 7:10 to do that dab after her music video and all that. You guys know how it goes. So, every day, every Saturday, one thing that's sure on my channel, every Saturday we will be here live every Saturday. Every Sunday we will be live on Tracy's channel at 7:10 every Sunday. That's it. They're the two guarantees right now that we can guarantee it. You can count on it. You'll be here at 10. Unless you see in the comments, a whole bunch of people start saying, no, I like 9, I like 8, I like, you know. We probably won't do it any earlier than 9 because Friday is when everybody gets paid. We go to get our medications, you know. All of our medications, whether it be, let me see. I just got my other ones today. Holy shit, what I do with them already? But we got them here. Wow, that is kind of crazy. Anyway,
I don't know.
here they are. Right? These are, you know, age pills. When you get old, you have to take some of these. We got them, and we get this kind of medication. You know what I'm saying? We get all the medication on Friday. So try to be here before 9, right?
Right.
All right. Peace out, guys. We love you.
We'll catch y'all later.